Sandra Pearsall, real estate investor and author of Let Real Estate Do For You What It's Doing For Me.
Sandra, what I'm hearing is that knack for, in your book you talk about it, basically buying property, paying less for the value of the property, seems to be a knack that you have.
Yes.
Because a lot of people I talk to, you talk to big ballers, and they buy this property, they buy property for $100 or whatever, and then they flip it for a high price. They're trying to do the deal where this area is going to be hot, I'm going to buy it here, and then in a year, the homes will be worth double the value. Your game, you didn't play that game when you got in. You were buying them about $30,000, $40,000, whatever, and then and so you're buying it at a certain price, but the equity when you had them appraised, they were worth more than that.
Yes.
And so, how do you do that?
I say that's probably a good way to go, because when the risk is much lower. When you're buying a property for $150,000, $200,000, $300,000, anticipating to be able to flip it in a year, it still have to sit sometime before you can sell it. So that's money coming out of your pocket opposed to going into your pocket. Whereas you get something low, 40, 50, 60,000, you got a low mortgage, you can pretty much rent it out until you flip it or whatever you do with it. At least you have money coming in. And that's the key, having that positive cash flow and having money coming in opposed to money going out.
Sandra, have you had people look at you who are in the game and underestimate you?
Probably so, a lot.
You don't care though?
No.
You gonna do you. I'm
gonna do me, and I'm gonna do it the way I know how to make money. And actually this is a very sufficient way. It's very safe, for like some of the people who are low risk takers, don't want to go and jump right into it. They want to play it safe. This is a safe way to play it.
Welcome back to 11 News on a Sunday morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, John. Sandra Pearsall's goal was to become financially free by the age of 35. She's done it, and now she's sharing her story. And this book, Let Real Estate Work For You as It's Doing For Me. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, so you're financially free. How'd you do it? You are from Baltimore?
Yes, I am.
Tell me your story.
Well, I started out working pretty much minimum wage jobs, and I knew from the beginning that that was not where I wanted to be, and dropped out of high school, not having much education. I wanted to do something more, so I started doing research in real estate, and that's where I became financially free by investing in real estate. I now have 11 properties, 10 of them are rentals, and I was able to triple my income, what I was making at work opposed to what I was making at home, pretty much doing what I wanted to do.
And you said, you talk about, you've got to initially do that work. If it takes 2 jobs to save up a little bit of money, you got to do it.
Well, not really, because in this business you really don't want to use your money. You want to use creative financing. It's good to have a job. If you're going to use the bank. The banks do, they like for you to have, a steady income. But once you get more into the business, if you have rental properties, they'll become your income.
And that's what's happened for you.
And that's what's happened for me.
So you quit your day job.
I quit my day job.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
All right, we see these infomercials out there all the time on how you can become rich, buying real estate, blah, blah, blah. Did you do any of those seminars out there?
I've pretty much done them all.
You think that was a good idea, or you think you can just do it another way?
You can pretty much do it another way without spending a lot of money out of your pockets for these seminars. You can pretty much go to your local library and pick up information on real estate investing. And there's millions of self-made millionaires out there who have built wealth in real estate. That's at your local library.
All right, that's why you wrote this book, because you said, you know, you don't really need to spend any money to get the information. It's right there.
Exactly.
All right, if somebody's watching right now and they say, I want to become, you know, I want to have all these properties, I can do it with real estate, what's the first thing they need to do?
I would say find out where you are with your credit. You know, go to your local lender, find out what your credit score is. Basically, you need to know where you are before you can pretty much go forward. Now, if your credit is bad and you really can't get a mortgage at this time, you can start looking for seller financing. There's a lot of sellers out there that's willing to finance the property to you because they get to keep the interest opposed to selling the property outright. And the keywords and listings are seller willing to finance, financing available.
All right. And people don't want to get into these situations with these you know, bad deals, flipping, all that kind of stuff. So you really need to make sure that the people you're dealing with are on the up and up.
Yes, and pretty much when you're dealing with a bank, they use their own appraisers. You have nothing to do with that.
All right. Continued great success.
Thank you.
The name of the book is Let Real Estate Work for You, as It's Doing for Me, by Sandra Pearsall, and she's local, and you can get the book, a copy of the book, at 1-888-280-7715. And are you in some local bookstores?
Yes, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Forbes, pretty much everywhere. It's in about 25,000 bookstores.
Okay, we'll see you on Oprah.
Thank you.
Thanks
I hope
a lot.
so.
Are you tired of dead-end jobs? Of never having enough money? No credit? Bad credit? No problem.
I'm Sandra Pearsall. I purchased 11 properties with no money down. Even walked away from closing with cash in my pocket.
Let real estate work for you as it's doing for me. Available for $15 at your local bookstore. Or call toll-free 1-888-280-7715. Order now. 1-888-280-7715.